welcome. How are y'all doing?
Welcome to the lounge, where you know it's about to go down. Oh yeah, let's get into it. Welcome to the place where the coverage is never late. We break it down, real talk every day. Talk news, we talk like we talk everything you face. From the drama in the streets to the mess you can't escape. If it's trending, if it's spicy, if it's shaking up the space, we unpack it, break it down, put the truth in its place. It's the room where the facts stay loud, where the grown folks watching the whole chat proud. No cap, no spin, we don't chase no clouds. Say it how it is, that's what the lounge about. Welcome to the lounge, where you know it's gotta go down. YouTube live in effect, yeah, we running the town. To the place where the coverage is never late. Tap in, lock in, break it down. It's time to tap and lock in. It's time to elevate. Tap and lock in. It's time to elevate. Tap and lock in. It's time
Hey y'all, happy Saturday. How are we doing? Hey D Dot, we got D Dot in the building. Hold on, let me turn around. Hey Phyllis, welcome in. We got Phyllis in the building. D Dot says, hey Queen Lounge. Hey, how are you? D Dot. Phyllis says, hey Lounge. Hey there, D Dot. I miss you guys. I miss y'all too. How are y'all doing on this beautiful Saturday morning, y'all? How is we doing? Y'all? We know that this situation with Carmelo Anthony, y'all, this is a big, huge case. And y'all, we already know that the powerhouse team has already stepped in, and they already submitted yesterday for a new trial for Carmelo Anthony. And y'all, we are going to definitely get into it because y'all, it is going down. It is going down. So let me go and check. Hold on just a second. Let me go and check. Because there's a lot going on. How are y'all doing on a scale from 1 to 10? How are y'all doing on this beautiful Saturday morning, y'all? I know it's been a month of Sundays since I went live, right? It's been a month of Sundays, but I'm back. Welcome back. I am back. So D-Dot says a 20. Okay, Phyllis says, thank you, Jesus. Yes, I'm back, Phyllis. I am back. D-Dot says a 20. Good. I'm glad your day is starting out with a 20, D-Dot. I am so glad. Look, I'm so glad. I love to see when people do great and amazing things, right? Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it because, y'all, the trolls is trolling everybody who is supporting Carmelo Anthony. And we know the trolls are welcome here. But as soon as they become disrespectful, all of my mods will put them and send them to the block party wherever they may lay or wherever they may slay. But anyway, welcome in. Happy Saturday. We love everybody here. So please keep it respectful. And if you get disrespectful, you is out of here, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. So as we all know, we're going to do a reaction. Shout out to Willie D. Shout out to Freezy, No Captivity. Shout out to Lakeisha Keisha. And shout out to I forget his name. I forget this content creator name, but y'all, shout out to all of them. They are bringing truth to light, and these trolls and these racists, and not every people, every race is racist, right? But we know the white racist is out, the black racist is out, the Asian, the Chinese, everybody has some racist groups in their community, right? Black folks, the white folks, the Chinese, the Asian, all them people got racist people. And I'm not speaking to the communities that are not racist. I'm speaking to all the communities that are racist because we don't like them over here, okay? Once we cut each other, all of us will bleed the same color blood. So y'all save your racist comments and miss me with all of them, okay? But y'all, let's go ahead and get into it because Karmelo Anthony has a powerhouse set of attorneys and they already filed for a motion for a new trial for Karmelo Anthony. Y'all, Karmelo Anthony, he's coming home. He is coming home. But y'all, let's go ahead and get into it and let's see what Willie D has to say, y'all.
Here we go. So we got a team of leading appellate civil rights and criminal defense attorneys who announced today that it has taken on the case of Karmelo Anthony, who was recently sentenced to 35 years following his murder conviction in the death of Austin Metcalf. The team serving pro bono will review the trial record and pursue all available avenues of appeal.
Get him, Willie. Get him, Willie. Get that clap. Get him, Willie. Yes,
I ain't
indeed.
got no problem with that. Some of y'all do, so let's talk about it. Leading the effort. Let's get into it, fam. And by the way, I came across this story on Tesman Figaro. Shouts out to Tez. Tez was the first one to alert me of this exciting news. Yeah. So here we go, fam. Let's start off with the lead, the big guy. Yeah, who is that? That's Russell Wilson II. I mean, you know the Russell Wilson, the football player, but little did you know that there was a bad boy out there in the legal field named Russell Wilson.
And it's crazy because hold on, let me pause it. It's crazy because Karmelo Anthony, hold on, you guys. Karmelo Anthony, he is also there is a Karmelo Anthony that is a basketball player, and then this guy, he has Russell Wilson. He also is like a sports. There's another Russell Wilson who's a sports guy that Willie D is talking about. But y'all, we thank God that this powerhouse attorney team has stepped in. Even a lady from the Ben Crump law firm has stepped in too. So this is a powerhouse situation going on, and I thank God for it because all, like Cat Williams say, what did Cat Williams say? All lies will be what? All lies will be exposed. All lies will be exposed. But y'all, let's continue. Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Russell Wilson II. Yeah. Let's move on over here to the second chair.
Yes.
Michael Ware, Law Office of Michael Ware. Then we got Gary Bledsoe.
Yes,
the
yes.
Bledsoe Law Firm. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Gary looking all inconspicuous. He got his bow tie on, but he's very dangerous. Very dangerous in the legal streets. Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Y'all thought it was over. Then we got Brooke Claus with the
and y'all,
law firm.
Let me stop real quick because Brooke Claus is from the Ben Crump law firm. And everybody, even myself, I was like, where is Ben Crump when this situation is going down? Where is the NAACP? Well, I went down to Frisco and we met with the NAACP in front of the courthouse, and they said and told me personally that things are being done behind the scenes. That was like a week before they announced this the other day. We went down there not last Saturday, the Saturday before last, and the NAACP couldn't tell me exactly what was going on. Respectfully so. All I want to do is support Karmelo Anthony and his family, and anybody or any child that is defending themselves like Karmelo Anthony and has been given a unjust trial. But y'all, let's continue listening to Willie D and these powerhouse attorneys. Woo, woo, woo.
Now, you know, if Ben sent her, she gonna be one of the best. She's probably the best that he have in that office. Yeah, it's going down.
Going down
Going down.
in the DL, in the
Then
courtroom.
we have Sean Deridia.
Yeah.
With the Deridia Law Firm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, Justin A. Moore,
Yes.
Stafford Moore, PLLC.
That part.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a dream appellate team. A dream appellate team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get a Willie. Get a Willie.
Yeah, y'all thought it was over.
Oh, they said it's not. They said it's not over until the fat lady sing, and the fat lady is starting to sing maybe a little bit, or it's not over yet until she sings, right? But y'all, this situation, I was wondering with a lot of other people who are Carmelo Anthony supporters, like, where is the team? Why isn't anybody stepping in? And little did we know, this team showed up and showed out. And these are powerhouse attorneys. They already put a motion in just yesterday for a new trial. Then we got these people out here with the federales investigating people who got allegedly beat up. See, these are the lies they tell. I don't believe that for one moment. All that is a spin-off narrative because these powerhouse lawyers have came in. And now they're over there hollering, crying, and slinging snot. Sarah Fields, she is the main culprit to causing a lot of the chaos and the misinformation and all of the lies, right? But y'all, let's continue, because I'm telling you, the Austin, supporters, my heart goes out to him. Nobody deserves to pass and die. But at the same time, when you F around, you will find out. When your parents are not teaching you to keep your hands to yourself, I'm sorry, you should have kept your hands to yourself, because really and truly that was assault. And nobody is really talking about it. Very few people are talking about how Austin put his hands on Karmelo first. When you F around, you will find out. I'm sorry. Jeff Metcalf taught his boys to be racist, that they're superior to other races, and they did the very, very ultimate disrespectful thing of assaulting Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo Anthony defended himself. Now, if this was your child or your situation, you would tell your child, you have to defend yourself. And you can't tell your child, oh, don't do this, don't do that. You can't even tell a friend yourself what to do, how to react when you are being assaulted. But y'all, let's continue listening to Willie D.
Yeah, because I know I'm getting under somebody's skin really bad.
Facts, Willie D.
Facts. Y'all thought it was over.
Facts, Willie.
Yeah, let's get a little deep into it.
Let's get into it, Willie D.
Here's a message from them collectively. Our appellate team has been retained following the conviction to conduct a fresh, independent review of the trial record. We recognize the profound loss suffered by one young man's family and the uncertainty facing another. And we extend our respect to everyone whose lives have been forever changed by these events. Our responsibility is to determine whether a legal error occurred and to ensure that every issue supported by the record is fully and vigorously presented on appeal. The appellate process exists for precisely this purpose. Let me go back to one of my favorite sentences.
Bring it, Willie D. Bring it.
Our responsibility is to determine whether a legal error occurred to ensure that every issue supported by the record is fully and vigorously presented on appeal.
Amen.
Yeah. It ain't just one error. It ain't just two. Say, fam, I don't even consider these errors.
Facts.
I look at what happened to Karmelo as gross negligence.
Facts.
Yeah, some might even say criminal. Yeah, man. Yeah, because his lawyers straight up sold him out.
Facts.
Threw him under the bus. Talk about poor representation. Hell, I could have done a better job than that.
Facts, Willie.
I know for one thing, I would have fought for him. I would have been up all day, all night. I can imagine what his lawyers was doing while this stuff was going on. They probably was just, them dudes probably didn't even look at nothing.
Yep.
They
were all paid.
So he did what?
Yep.
He probably all in the bathroom taking a leak.
Facts.
At the park somewhere after playing pinochle or something. Yeah, wait a minute. Okay, you say what? You said you was a witness. You said you're a witness and you saw everything. Yeah, hey, look here, man. I'm gonna call you back.
Facts.
Never hear from him again.
That part.
I don't trust him.
Hey, Anonymous, how are you?
I do not trust the process. How you gonna give a kid who got into a fight, that was not premeditated, 35 years in prison, even for murder?
Huh?
35 years.
You don't see me what?
On there.
Yeah.
Boss, I shouldn't say this, but I gotta say this to prove my point. My uncle killed his wife.
Wow.
A horrible thing that happened. I'm talking about horrible. He caught his wife in bed with another man while he was supposed to be where she thought he was still on.
And what Willie D is about to say is a little rough, but these type of situations do happen. We got freak off mermaids and we got freak off dragons. But listen to what he's about to say.
Road. Handling business. He came home early.
Hey, baby. Jamil Peterson, welcome, says Pure Survival.
He went to his closet, pulled out his shotgun.
Wow.
And took her out. The guy jumped out of the window.
Wow.
Guess how much time he did? 10 years.
Wow.
10 years, and he was back at home.
Wow. Do y'all hear what Willie D said? He said that the guy, he pow the wife, he only had to serve 10 years. And all we are saying, if Karmelo did this, because I'm still in question about if he did this or not. I don't believe for one moment that all of this story is true. I don't believe that. I don't believe a lot of it. I'm trying to figure out, did Karmelo even bring this knife? Was this knife even Karmelo's? Because it has a M embossed on the knife for Metcalf. So I don't believe that this story is true. There is some twists and a lot of turns in this situation. But y'all, let's go back because Megyn Kelly, she crashed out. Y'all. And there is the Gentleman's Den. Shout out to the Gentleman's Den. The Gentleman's Den read Megyn Kelly the rights. But also, if you guys don't know, Megyn, Austin and Hunter's mother went live on TikTok the day before yesterday, and we're going to listen to what his mother was saying about him. So now they're saying that there's a cheerleaders that were the twin boys were being like harassed. They were saying nasty things to the cheerleaders, and the cheerleaders, I don't know who wrote the letter, but there was a letter written because the way that Austin and I think it was both the twins, Austin, Hunter, was saying that their hands were bisexual. So they were basically saying my hands are bisexual. Basically, I'll punch a woman and I'll punch a man, or I'll punch a girl and I'll punch a boy. Like my hands, they go both ways. So with this situation, Megyn went up there and she said what she said. And I could not believe that she is like entertaining her children and not trying to hold her children accountable for the horrible things that they have done. So y'all, we're going to get into it and listen to shout out to Gentleman's Den. He went off and he went ham, and some of the stuff, is is some stuff. I agree with most of all of what he says, except for some of the stuff is a little rough. But other people who are racist are saying horrible things about Karmelo. Some people on the other side are saying horrible things about Austin. But y'all, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I just say be respectful about it. But y'all, let's see what the gentleman's den has to say. And shout out to him. But y'all, let's turn it around and let's go ahead and get into it. Hold on, let me skip this.
Appreciate that Tory experience. The family coming all in. The family is ready for this cookout. They ready. So, Megan Metcalf decided to go on TikTok. I don't know what it is with her and Jeff. They obsessed with getting on TikTok lives with a bunch of low IQ white people that spreading a bunch of lies about Karmelo Anthony. I guess that's their thing now. But I thought they was grieving their dead son. That's what I thought. But what I'm gonna cover first is this the actual guy that dropped the news on one of the cheerleaders that came out and talked about how Austin and Hunter was bullies. They threatened them about putting their hands on them.
And shout out to Secret Service Sam, because we were at the Diddy trial with him. Secret Service Sam, oh my goodness, he reports great. I mean, he's a great reporter. We seen him at the Diddy trial, like I said. Awesome reporter. But y'all, let's continue.
About how their hands are bisexual. They hit men and women.
Wow.
So I'm going to cover this first before we get into Megan. But salute to the family. Salute to the chat. Smash that like button. Let's get to work, family. Yeah, we got some straightening to do.
Secret Service Sam here with a Karmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf update. Here is an email I have obtained. I believe it to be real. Just listen to this. One of the cheerleaders complaining about the twins. Coaches, the other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. However, the disrespect we feel coming from some of the football players is making it very difficult. Today, after our game against Liberty, some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes. While talking amongst ourselves about the loss, Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat bitch. I don't understand what triggers his rages, but to yell this unprovoked made us all really upset and was incredibly embarrassing for my friend.
Oh, do this sound like a loving man? I love a young sweet boy that Megyn Kelly tried to paint out that these brothers are so sweet, they so nice. Do this sound like this? This is a cheerleader, by the way, family, that sent the email to...
And I cannot believe, it seems like, let me turn it around, y'all. It seems like the coaches, it seems like the staff, they have gotten reports, they have gotten all kind of intel on the twins, and they haven't done anything about it. Even the cheerleaders had to go in and write this letter and basically let people know that these boys are saying that their hands are bisexual and basically that they will punch us, beat us up just like a boy. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all. Welcome in. Happy Saturday, y'all.
The school to complain about Hunter and Austin Metcalf. She sent an email to the school, and one of the parents leaked the email, which Megan gonna talk about. That's how I know this is true. But I wanted to cover this first because Secret Sam dropped these news first. So we are covering the email that the cheerleaders sent the school about.
Thank you for the gift. Somebody sent me a gift. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate y'all. I love each and every one of y'all in the building. Even if you guys are not Karmelo fans, we understand. Y'all may feel a certain type of way, and that's okay. But y'all, let's continue listening to Secret Service Sam, because Secret Service Sam is giving us the business, y'all. Let's continue.
The Metcalf brothers being bullies.
Some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes. While talking amongst ourselves about the loss, Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat bitch.
Wow. Did y'all hear? Hold on, let me turn it around. Did y'all hear what these boys said? He is calling these cheerleaders a fat Bianchi. Is that disrespectful? Or is that disrespectful? That is disrespectful to the ultimate, especially with these twins being in a single parent household, because Megan is a single parent. So if you are being raised by a single parent, two boys, you should be teaching your kids to have the utmost respect for a female. And not just because she's a single mother, but period, point blank. Any mother should be teaching their sons to be respectful to women and girls. Y'all, I don't know. Megan, her parenting skills are in question for me. But y'all, let's check it out.
Here's his rages, but to yell this unprovoked made us all really upset and was incredibly embarrassing for my friend, as everyone is in Canes looked at her and started laughing.
Wow.
We see the Metcalfs act out time and time again, but we trust that there's no repercussions or so.
She said they see that Metcalf's brothers act out, but they believe it's no type of repercussions.
Wow.
Salute to Bella for the $10.
So these boys basically was running amok in these streets over there at the school, at the football games, and they were getting, free passes. They didn't get in trouble. They didn't get no kind of disciplinary actions. I mean, they were running amok, doing whatever the HE double hockey sticks they wanted to do. They can cut up, they can act up, they can call these cheerleaders fat bees, they can go to school, be disrespectful, they can bully Karmelo Anthony, and they don't do a thing. But y'all, let's continue. Why is these adults scared of these children? Why is these adults scared of these children? Coaches, staff at the school, this is unbelievable. Let's continue, y'all.
Super chat. She just showing love. Thank you so much, Bella. I appreciate that. Shout out to you.
Some sort of consequence, so we stay out of it. But for it now to be directed.
Wait a minute. Hold up, swole up, foul on the play. Did he just say that Megan said that she wants to just stay out of what they are doing? Let's rewind that a couple of seconds back, y'all. I'm telling you, what kind of parents do we have today? Like, what kind of parents was telling you, if that was my boys, I would have set them down and made them apologize to them twins. I would have made them apologize, tell them sorry, and if I ever catch them calling any female a fat B or a B at all, I will go upside their head. I'm sorry. Let's wrap that back just a teeny bit, y'all. This is out of control. These twins were out of control. Let's continue.
Started laughing. We see the Metcalfs act out time and time again, but we trust that there is no repercussions or so.
She said they see that Metcalf's brothers act out, but they believe it's no type of repercussions.
Wow.
Salute to Bella for the $10 super chat. She just showing love. Thank you so much, Bella. I appreciate that. Shout out to you.
Wow.
Some sort of consequence, so we stay out of it. But for it now to be directed.
The consequence is we stay out of it. Hey, Tammy, how you doing? Good morning, sis. Welcome in the building. Y'all, the mama just said she want to stay out of it? Is these boys beating her up at the house? I believe so. Are these boys giving Megan 2 pieces and 4 biscuits to go and calling their own mother Megan probably fat bees too? I mean, I do believe it. These boys are out of control. But how did they learn how to become out of control? Well, their good old daddy Jeff, who is a deadbeat dad that's not even living under the 4 corners. As a matter of fact, him even said that he lives an hour away from them. So he is an absent father, but when he would get them, he was teaching them all the wrong things, how to be better than other races, how to be a racist. Y'all, this is crazy. But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue and see what Secret Service Sam has to say.
Towards one of the people that shows up to every game to support and cheer them on is astounding to me. After they left Canes, one of the other football players told us that Hunter said his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hit guys, but also girls.
Wow. He said he would not only hit guys.
OMG. And you telling me Megan and Jeff, they have to have heard them say this before in the house. I'm sorry. If my boys would have told me that their hands is bisexual, y'all, I would have went upside their head. I'm sorry. You're not gonna disrespect no women, no girls. You're not gonna disrespect nobody. You're gonna be respectful. But y'all, Megan ain't said not two words about like, you know, making sure they get disciplined for the bad behavior. Bad behavior should not ever get rewarded, at least not in my book, but maybe in Megan's book, y'all. But y'all, let's continue.
He will also hit girls.
Mm-mm-mm.
These are
Wow.
the sweet boys that Megyn Kelly was talking about.
Wow. Wow.
Jeff Metcalf went on Fox News and said that Austin and Hunter are God-fearing boys.
Where at in this situation are they God-fearing boys? I mean, I don't see no God-fearing boys. I don't see nobody going over there and being nice to Karmelo, saying it's raining, Karmelo, you have a seat, sit down, chill out, you know, it's all right to be in the tent. That is not God-fearing when you're telling him, we told him 15 times to get out the tent. I don't believe nothing none of them say. Eddie Para and his afro, I don't believe none of them. All of them were paid to lie on the stand. And don't y'all worry, because the federales and all these people, y'all, they're going to investigate. The new appeal, all this will be investigated. Because they're saying, from what I'm getting from a lot of different platforms in intel, that Carmelo Anthony didn't even do it. That somebody else did. And that's exactly why Carmelo was trying to get away, because it was a scaffold. But y'all, let's continue listening to Secret Service Sam bring us the news, y'all. Let's continue.
Passion. They show love. They not bullies. It's not true. Everything that Carmelo Anthony's supporters are saying about my sons are not true. But what we have here is an email that the cheerleader sent to the school about Austin and Hunter bullying girls, calling them fat bitches, talking about how they hit boys and girls.
Wow.
And they were scared to come, tell anyone, because they feared that there won't be no consequences.
Wow.
And Megan is going to talk about this as well.
Wow, that's crazy.
She is not embarrassed, but genuinely scared, especially after seeing the way he can act on the field.
Welcome back, D-Dot.
I'm only coming to you because I feel that you should be aware that he is acting like this in public spaces, which is not good for our school's representation.
Let me say something, okay? Because I see one of my moms, Tammy. Welcome. Tammy said, if y'all want to be disrespectful, y'all can go to the block party, wherever you may lay or wherever you may slay. We're not crying. We're not begging you to be here. And if you want to be disrespectful, you can be disrespectful on somebody else's platform, because we're not hollering, crying, and slinging snot for you to come up here and be disrespectful. Did your mother teach y'all any manners? Did y'all have a Jeff as a daddy when you guys were growing up? Or a Megan? Or did y'all have a Carmelo Anthony mother? Okay, carry on.
And it's discouraging us from keeping the cheerleading them on. I'm sorry for even having to come to you about this, but after tonight, it truly feels like it's getting out of hand. I recognize that he may be upset that we lost, but there is no justification for the way he treated my friend tonight. I would also appreciate for my name to stay confidential, as I feel.
And you guys, do y'all see Secret Service Sam? I love Secret Service Sam. And he's a white man, and he is standing up for the right thing, for justice. In every race, we even got racists in our black communities. We got racists in the white communities, Asian communities, every community. But everybody who's standing in with Carmelo is standing in for the injustice that he has been given. Hey, Bronze, welcome in. Hey, Michael Biller, we got the whole dream team of mods in the building. So y'all want to be disrespectful? They will send you to the block party wherever you may lay or wherever you may slay. But one thing is for sure, two things are for certain. Did not Cat Williams say that all lies will be exposed? That's it. And that's all. All lies will be exposed, y'all. So all of you guys that are, supporting Austin, my heart goes out to him and his mother, his family. Nobody deserves to be, unalived in a situation. But when you're in a self-defense situation, you don't know what's going to happen. People have gotten unalived by somebody's hands. But when you assault somebody, you put your hands on them first, you F around and you find out, these are the consequences. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I don't care what color they are. Just like those savages that took out Julio Fulio, guess what? Those savages are all in Florida, and guess what they got? Life in prison. And guess what? They owe the state sweat equity for the rest of their lives. And am I celebrating that they're going to prison? Absolutely 1000%. They killed Julio Fulio. They were all 4 black boys. But when you do something terrible like that, guess what? You deserve to go where you're at. Karmelo Anthony was a great boy and he was defending himself. Julio Fulio thugs that killed him, they were a bunch of thugs. So no, I don't feel sorry for them. So it doesn't matter what color you are. I stand up for what's right. Okay? So y'all, let's continue listening to my great man, Secret Service Sam, y'all. Let's continue.
What they would do.
She says she fears what the Metcalf brothers will do.
Wow.
She want to stay anonymous because she is terrified of the Metcalf brothers for retaliating on her if they found out that she sent an email to the school because of their actions.
Wow.
These are the loving, compassionate, sweet young boys that Jeff Metcalf went on Fox News and talked about.
And let me say this too, y'all, because y'all know, let me say this, y'all. Anytime a parent is grieving the situation is sad. Like I said, I don't agree with nobody taking nobody else's life, but when it is in a situation of self-defense and somebody passes away, we have to look at the situation. It's all on a situational basis, right? But my thing is that when you put your hands on somebody, you don't know what's going to happen. And people kill me. People are so crazy to say how he should have reacted. Let somebody come and push you. Do you know how you're going to react? Are you going to say, oh, no, self, don't push him back? Oh, no, self, don't bring your weapon that you're authorized to carry in the state of Texas. Oh, no, self, don't do this. Oh, no, self, just walk away. Those twins, they cannot even hold and keep their composure. They were out of control. Calling cheerleaders fat bees, going to the school, they said they were known bullies. They were known to be bullies. But y'all, let's continue. Let's listen to Secret Service Sam.
If they knew. Why did Mike Howard not enter this in Karmelo Anthony's defense? There's so much that has been left out of this trial that we will keep it awake.
Facts.
And I will always expose their secrets for the community. Secret Service Sam.
So as you guys just heard, right, the email leak, one of the mothers leaked the emails of these bullies bullying the cheerleader team.
That's crazy.
Disrespecting the girls on the cheerleader squad, calling them a fat bitch, talking about how they will put their hands.
Y'all, I mean, this is crazy. This is really, really crazy. These kids are going and calling and bullying the cheerleaders and said that their hands are bisexual. I would have went upside their head and showed them how my hands are bisexual too. I would have popped them upside the head. Those are some big boys. I would have popped them upside the head, or I would have called their uncle. I would have called somebody who, if Megan was in her right mind and she was a good parent and she's trying to teach them the right thing, I would have handled them boys. I would have did whatever I had to do as a mother to let them know that this behavior is not going to be tolerated. But evidently, from what I'm seeing, Megan was acting like she was even scared of the boys. And then you got their dad, Jeff, who's teaching them how to be a bully, how to think that just because they're white boys, they're better than other people's races. And that is not how this goes. People teach their children how to be racist. These kids didn't just come out the mother's womb and say we are racist. They are being taught these things. These is what they're being taught. If they were Christian boys, if they were so good, so loving, why was it a problem for Karmelo to sit there in the tent? Why? If they were good Christian boys, if they loved the Lord and oh hallelujah, oh halapisha, with these boys, they would have embraced Karmelo coming and sitting down while it was raining in the tent. Y'all, these people, they kill me when it comes to all this Christianity and Jesus and hallelujah, halapisha, whatever they are hiding behind. They are hiding behind being devils, really and truly, because this is not like godlike behavior. I don't care what you say. This is not godlike behavior for them boys to go over there and bully him because it's raining. They see it's raining. They see it's wet outside. He doesn't have a tent, and for you to be telling him, "Oh, I told him to get out the tent 15 times." Well, sir, little boy, you were not the police. You were not put in charge. You were not authorized to be telling nobody anything. So just because you told him to get out the tent, he was supposed to move? No. What if he would have told you to get out the tent? Were you supposed to move then if the shoe was on the other foot? So miss me with all of that. Y'all, let's continue.
On them, because they have no problem putting their hands on boys and girls. So the cheerleader wanted to be anonymous because she feared that the Metcalf brothers will retaliate against her, because she see their actions and she been scared to come
Hey, loving
speak to
myself,
someone
welcome.
because she feel like nothing is going to happen to the brothers. So some of the trolls might say, this story isn't true. I don't believe this. Well, I'm glad y'all saying this because
Wow.
With an X.
Let's skip this. He's like going to something else. But y'all, Megan, she is basically kind of allowing the boys, to me, she's entertaining bad behavior. I'm sorry. She's entertaining bad behavior. But y'all, let's turn it back around.
the incident with the cheerleaders. I told you that Megan was not going to stay in hiding for long. She was not going to sit back. I told you that guilt is eating Megan up.
Wow.
And you know these people is a lineage of evil and a lineage of lying. So you're going to see a bunch of lying.
Facts. Liars.
A bunch of condoning bully behavior from Megan.
Facts. I
agree.
agree.
But I just want to show y'all what we working with right here, right? Because as you heard, Megan Kelly, Officer Tatum, Jason Whitlock,
and all these people he's naming are black racists. Jason Whitlock, Officer Tatum. They are all like black racists. I told you guys, we got black racists. There's white racists, Asian racists. There's all kind of racists in every single race, in every community. So these are the black racists and saying crazy stuff along with Megan Kelly and all these other racists. Instead of saying, you know what? Karmelo Anthony, if he did do it, which I'm really skeptical about that, I want to hear everything from front to the back with a new set of lawyers, because I believe that they lied on Karmelo. I don't believe everything that they're putting out. They putting it out and being honest with it, because all of these videos have been, all of these videos have been altered. But y'all, let's continue listening, because Megan is about to be going up on her TikTok and breaking her little silence. But y'all, let's listen to what she has to say.
Hey, Jeff Metcalf, my sons have compassion. They're a man of God. They wouldn't put their hands on Karmelo Anthony. They only told him to leave the tent. Okay, let's see what Megan, right, the mother of Austin and Hunter Metcalf, she came from hiding and she jumped on TikTok Live and she discussed this cheerleader incident. We got over 400 viewers in the building. We need 400 likes, family. Let's get the likes up. Let's make the haters mad. Salute to the chat. Salute to the family. Salute to the channel members. Let's get to work, family.
Cheerleader email. We kind of talked to Brandon about it a little bit. He didn't go into too much detail because of his, and he just said like kids were disciplined and that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
the incident was that we had played Frisco Liberty that night and lost, and we should have beat them because they hadn't won a game in like 3 years. So the whole football team was frustrated and upset, and Austin and Hunter were physically upset even at the game. Like they got in trouble from the coaches because like Austin threw his helmet. Hunter.
See, do y'all see what I'm saying? These boys, they have anger issues. And really and truly, if you look at their pictures look really like sad, dark, and daunting. And I believe Megan had a time with these boys. I believe these boys was probably cussing her out. I'm sorry. If you are seeing and knowing that your boys are calling these cheerleaders fat Bianchis, B word, and you're not doing anything about it, you just like, oh well, we just want to step away from that. They got to just go call the police. You're not calling and saying, hey, let's meet up. We are parents. Let's meet up. I want my kids and your cheerleader to, we need to have a talk and we need to get to the root of the problem. No, Megan instead is entertaining their bad behavior. And this is my opinion. But y'all, let's continue. This is crazy.
Actually, Hunter was the one that who's kind of more of like he would get more upset about things.
So she said Hunter Austin was physically upset. They got in trouble with the coach because after they lost, they threw their helmet. They out of control.
Wow.
Right? They don't have any impulse control.
Wow.
Which I understand you might lose a game, but this sound like they having a steroid rage, a road rage. Right?
Oh, I did want to say this too. They were saying that there's an autopsy going around social media, and they're saying that the autopsy is fake. They're saying that the boys were on rugs and what is it called? Steroids. I don't know how true that is, but they're saying that the boys were on Molly and some kind of steroids, I believe. I don't know that to be true, but this is what they were putting out and saying, because they're saying that autopsy is not really true and valid. So I don't know, but the way that they are aggressive looking, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They look very like sad and dark, and maybe because their mother and father are not together. Kids who come from a divorced family, the kids, they have to deal with two parents in different households and not living with both parents under the same roof. And this is what happened. While Jeff crashed out, he had a whole racist rant, and he was talking about black people, baby mamas, food stamps, and all these other things when he's an absent father himself. And he even said, I live an hour away from my kids. So how are you living an hour away, but you got all these things to say about black families? Let me say this, in all races, all parents 100% across this world are not raising their kids together, are not married to their child's the other parent. And that's okay as long as you have great parenting skills and you are able to co-parent equally and teach your kids great things. But y'all, let's continue. Let's turn it around and continue.
But of course, Megan is going to downplay these boys' actions. Let's get into it.
He went back out on the field and finished the game. Austin was like, I'm done. He was just, there was only like 2 minutes left. He was just pissed. He was just in one of those moods. But after the game was over, him and Hunter and I know for sure one other kid who was an offensive lineman went to Cane's to eat. And I'm going to be honest with you, the cheerleaders, I loved the girls. I wasn't a fan of the coach because as a coach myself, I was a volleyball coach for a long time. You want to encourage your kids to encourage the other teams and all those kind of things. And I felt like our cheerleaders just were like,
he did it as a cheer coach. She's a cheer
what's
coach.
the point?
Yeah.
They were just like, what's the point? This is, our team's trash, this kind of thing. And the girls apparently were talking about the game and making comments about how crappy our team was. And Hunter...
And you see, the girls were talking how crappy their team was, and then they just crashed out. They crashed out, and Megan acted like she don't want no parts of her kids' bad behavior. Like, she's scared to confront them twins. I'm telling you, y'all, them twins, I believe they probably was putting hands on their mom. They like our hands are trisexual. We hit girls, we hit boys, and we hit parents too. Y'all, let's continue.
yeah, more than likely said something nasty to one of them.
Okay, you heard Megan, right? This is Megan, the mother of Hunter and Austin Metcalf. She went live on TikTok yesterday, right? As you see, she's speaking about the cheerleaders, talking about she don't like the cheerleader coach, right? So she is giving excuses why Hunter and Austin said some nasty things to the cheerleaders to the point where they had to send an email to the school because they was fearful of their lives.
Yep.
They was fearful of their safety. And you about to see Megan downplay what these boys done to these cheerleaders, right?
Yeah.
Because let Megan tell it, let the white community tell it, that these are sweet, these are sweet.
And he's saying the white community that is racist, because we got black racists in our community too. We got Stephen A. Smith. We got the officer, whatever his name is. We got Anton Daniels. We got all the racists. Yes, all the racists are in every race, right? We got them over here too, in the black community, in the white community, in the Asian, in every community, there are racists. But y'all, let's continue.
Little boys. They not bullies. They're mans of God. They don't do no wrong. But watch Megan condone this behavior. Shout out to Jerome for the $10 super chat. She's lying. We know. Stay tuned, Jerome. Salute to you, bro.
And the girls apparently were talking about the game
Okay.
and making comments about how crappy our team was.
Mm-hmm.
And Hunter, yeah, more than likely said something nasty to one of them.
Okay.
Because that's how he approaches things. And Austin just went over and was like, man, I don't understand why you guys gotta be like that. Like,
so she said that's how Hunter approaches things.
Wow.
We gotta break this down piece by piece, family. I can't just
Y'all, there is no way that a teacher or anybody is coming to me about my child and I'm giving an excuse. Well, that's just how they approach things. No, I am not condoning bad behavior from a child. They don't pay no bills up in my house. They ain't working no job. Their job is to bring home good grades and act like you got some good sense, some home training, but maybe they didn't teach them home training skills. Maybe they did. Maybe they just think that they're twins. They can bully my mom. I can bully my dad. I can go bully the cheerleaders. We can bully the staff at the school. I mean, there's all kind of reports. There was a lawyer that went to the school and got I think he got a copy of their I want to say behavior chart, like of issues and situations with these boys. So these boys weren't only doing it at the cheerleading football games, at the track field. They were doing it at the school. And I believe that they were doing it at the house with Megan too. I could imagine they probably had Megan probably hemmed up in the corner and told her to shut up and sit down somewhere. I do believe that them boys were a piece of work. And the dad, Jeff, allegedly, he likes to put hands on women too, because they said he put hands on Megan, their mother. That's why they're not together. And I believe that to be true because in the end, when they had the press conference in the courtroom, which I don't know what judge goes on a press conference run after a court hearing case, especially a murder one case, and has an interview on TV. That's why I said it's a whole setup. But anyway, when you see Megan and you see Jeff, Megan looks like she is either scared of him, of Jeff, or she just doesn't like him. She's trying to stay away because he beat her up so bad. Allegedly, from what I hear, he put them hands on her. So this is where them boys learn how to say that their hands were bisexual or trisexual. I believe so. But y'all, let's continue.
Allow her to babble and just go on her little spiel. I want to make sure y'all catching what she's saying. She said, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Hunter said something nasty to them because that's how he normally approached things. Okay.
That's
Salute
crazy.
to the Tory Experience for the $5 super chat. She said, your voice is so powerful, gentlemen. Den. I really appreciate you and your broadcast. Give them that work. We are right here with you. Thank you so much.
Yes,
the Tory
yes.
Experience. I got
Gentlemen's Den is putting in the work and giving all of them the business, y'all. Let's continue.
you, sis. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. Salute to you. But I want to make sure you guys catch this. I want you to catch.
comments
I
about-
want you to catch what Megan is saying right now, right? Megan said that the cheerleaders was talking about how crappy the football team was and how they played last night, and she's sure that Hunter said something nasty to her because she said that's normally how Hunter addresses things: nasty, aggressive, and disrespectful, like we've been saying.
Very, very
how crappy our team
disrespectful.
was. And Hunter, yeah, more than likely said something nasty to one of them.
Okay.
Because that's how he approaches things. And Austin just went over and was like, man, I don't understand why you guys gotta be like that. Like we're upset that we lost and this is how you're not even gonna support us. So there was not like a physical altercation. It was more of verbal of like, you guys are assholes for not, you're supposed to be First World Memorial supporters and you're acting like we're shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're cheerleaders on top of that. So
You see how she trying to downplay the cheerleader?
Megan is trying to ignore the fact that her twin boys are savages. Yes, they're savages. And it's known that these boys are savages. Yes, they are known savages. And let's check out what Jeff was saying when he went on his racist rant on Nancy Grace, the monster who stole Christmas. Let's see what he says on there. He's calling Karmelo Anthony's mom a black Bianchi, saying that she's a drunk, a drunk B, disrespecting the father too. When all in all, if you are hurting, is nothing wrong. Everybody hurts. Everybody, goes through what they do when, goes through their emotional roller coaster on how they feel after they lose a loved one. But this was a pure racist rant, and everybody is saying it. And I don't care. I don't even like Nancy Grace. I can't stand Nancy Grace. But this is what, this is what she had Jeff say. Well, what Jeff was saying on her platform. But y'all, let's turn it around and let's see what Nancy Grace, the crazy woman that stole Christmas, has to say. Let's turn it around.
There was no way he could survive, even though his twin brother tried and tried there in the rain under that tent to save Austin's life. On that body cam, you can hear the twin screaming, praying, screaming all at once, trying to save his brother's life. And somehow you're getting death threats.
Hey, nephew, Drake Stash
Explain.
Mustache, how you doing?
I wish I had an explanation for it. I really don't understand.
Anonymous user base. Anonymous said Nancy Grace looks like the character off the movie Witches. Doesn't she? Don't she look scary? I mean, she looks scary. D-Dot says, us blacks always get the worst and highest punishment. Absolutely. And this is what they're saying. Why did he get 35 years when there's other cases around Texas that these boys get 10 years? One of them walked free. 30 days in prison and one walked free. A Mexican young boy. So all we're saying is if Karmelo did it, why isn't he given a sentence in accordance with these other kids that did the same thing, that were allegedly, of course, defending themselves in their situation? That's what I'm telling y'all. The justice system is not fair. And this is all everybody that supports Karmelo is saying. If he did it, why does he have to get 35 years? That's all we're saying. Let's continue, because I don't believe there's something ain't right in the milk.
I mean, I understand people can be upset about the verdict and it didn't go the way they wanted to, but it was a fair trial, and now they're claiming it's not. And I mean, I understand they're going to look for any avenue. They hope and pray that they could get an appeal. I understand it's due process. They're entitled to it. I really don't. I think the judge did a good job of keeping everything under control and in order.
Jeff, stop lying. Everything was not on camera. It was not under control because you were on this in the background while one of the witnesses were on the stand and you were trying to lead the witness. That's witness tampering, and that everybody knows it. And the reporters from Court TV, the black reporter even said he's seen it, and other people in the courtroom seen it. Even a white lady said he was bullying them in the courtroom. A white lady said this. So it has nothing to do with with them saying all this and that, whatever. No, Jeff, you're just a whole monster and a half. A monster in a half shell.
And all procedures were followed correctly. So, they're entitled to an appeal. I honestly don't think it will be granted.
Yes,
but,
it will.
Jeff,
you're going to be crying, hollering, and slinging snot. And they're calling Karmelo a watermelon felon. But guess what? Your son is in the dirt. And I don't mean to be mean or nasty, but he's in the dirt where the watermelons grow. So is that going to be a great watermelon? I mean, it sounds like it would be, But y'all, let's continue.
That's the way the system works. And the system also works by being convicted of murder also. So.
Now, that's the thing, Mr. Metcalf.
I'm sorry,
You say convicted of murder. He was not convicted of manslaughter. He was not convicted of involuntary manslaughter. The jury knew about those possibilities. He was convicted in first-degree murder. And I want to clarify something that we have heard.
Nancy Grace, shut your wiener suckers up. Shut up, Nancy Grace. You're a disgrace to all people. You're a disgrace to all people, Nancy Grace. Let's get off of Nancy Grace because she just makes my skin crawl. So y'all, let's go to the parents, and these are the parents speaking after the sentencing. After the sentencing, the parents are Dude, I said Nancy looking like she's a devil. Yes, she is a devil. She's a devil that stole Christmas. She is a whole monster. But y'all, let's listen to what the parents have to say after, even including Jeff. Let's the absentee father. Let's listen. Uh-oh.
The trial may be over, but the racial polarization among Americans on display outside the Collin County Courthouse.
And that's another coon that stole Christmas right there. That black boy, he was trying to get into other people's faces and saying that Karmelo's, he needs to go to jail. Whatever he was saying, he was just like, saying awful things. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all. Welcome in the building. Happy Saturday.
Continues.
Look at the effect, not just the effect here between the Metcalf family and the Anthony family. Look what it did, one, to those kids they have to live with. Two, it took on this huge, wider, let's have a race war throughout the nation.
Metcalf insists that his son had...
Do y'all see his picture? Look how dark, sad, like he looks like very disturbed. Y'all, put a 1 in the chat if he looks very disturbed right here. He looks very, very disturbed right here. So I can imagine with that face how and how he reacted when Karmelo Anthony was in his tent. Yes, when he says looks evil. Yes, he looks super evil. He put a 1 in the chat if he looks super evil. I see Brown's got ones. Okay, Winnie got ones. D-Dot says you can see it in his eyes. Yes. So y'all think that he was sitting there and he's a child of God and he loves God looking like this? Looking like a whole demon? Y'all, this crazy. Let's continue.
Racist motives when he approached Anthony about leaving a track team tent.
This case was never about race.
There's going to be those people now that just, try to throw shade on the whole trial with the jury makeup and the speed of it and that sort of thing. I mean...
Well, those are the same people that said he was jumped by 4 people. His phone was...
Jeff, it looks like the kids knocked your neck off a little bit. It looked like they almost broke your neck. They said that they broke his collarbone or something. The twins beat him up, I think, for putting his hands on their mother, something to that effect. But it looks like his neck is a little like off-centered. Did the boys do that? I don't know, y'all. Let's continue.
Okay, you're gonna spin whatever
Look at-
story to try.
Look at his neck. Look at his neck. It looks like something just not right. Like the boys tried to knock his head off his shoulders. I don't know. But y'all, let's continue.
To keep yourself afloat.
Metcalf believes Anthony should have received a life sentence. He says if Anthony is up for parole in 17 years,
Okay, Phyllis, that's what it was, Phyllis. Thank you, Phyllis. Phyllis says, I heard that the twins broke his arm. Okay, I believe so. I do believe so. My nephew Drake's dad's much dad says, those twins are aggressive monsters. Poor Karmelo. Exactly. Bronze deleted. Anonymous says, why is his outfit looking like Tyrese from Fast and the Furious? I know, right? I don't know what that outfit is all about. What is that outfit all about? I don't know. Because people are saying, why is he in this type of prison outfit? And why did he get shipped off to prison so fast? But y'all, it's all going to come out in the wash, y'all. It's coming out in the wash. They got the powerhouse attorney. Y'all, hold up. Y'all, they done bought the Lions, the Tigers, and the Bears to the party. Did they not? They got Ben Crump, one of his lawyers, on the team. Remember his lawyer that was in the courtroom with him said, well, if you want to like somebody who can get along with, everybody and, you want that type of lawyer. No, we don't need that type of lawyer. Who wants a punk for a lawyer when I'm fighting for my life? Who wants a punk lawyer to be in the courtroom talking about, I don't want it. You can keep it. And I'll keep my money. I'll go take my money to the Lion, the Tigers, and the Bears type of lawyers. I need somebody who can speak up and a man who got bass in their voice. I don't need nobody, singing soprano. No, I need somebody with some bass in their voice and a strong back to back it up. I don't need nobody who's going to be in there and be like a little punk during survival. No, I don't need that. I need the toughest one. We need the pit bulls. We need all of the powerhouse animals to come out of the jungle to get these people straight on this Karmelo Anthony case. I don't want nobody in there singing oh yes, I'm just because all of them were tied and they were all connected. Yeah, they were all tied and all connected. But y'all, let's continue listening.
you will be there in some form to argue against it.
If I'm still alive, yes, I will be there in person. If not, I am going to make a video, if I'm passed on, that can be played.
There are no walls in Metcalf's home without photos or paintings of Austin and his twin. These images and a scholarship in his son's name are what remain for this father, who says he's ready to finally forgive.
Jamil says
but
facts,
not
yes. Here's a Bible,
People need
Tammy.
to understand about forgiveness. Forgiveness was not for him. Forgiveness was for me, so I don't carry the rage, the hate, and that around. It will eat me up like cancer.
J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
So the words of Austin Metcalf's father, but Karmelo Anthony's family is also talking tonight. They believe the trial was unfair from the start.
It was
They do plan
very
to appeal.
unfair.
Ken Molestina to continue
Hey, Angel,
now our team
welcome.
coverage.
A day after the trial, Karmelo Anthony's parents, Andrew Anthony and Kayla Hayes, sat down to break their silence and to let the world know how they're feeling as their son begins his 35-year sentence for murder. Despite what a jury found, his parents dispute their son ever wanted to kill Austin Metcalf.
My son is no murder. My son didn't intend to.
Don't worry, Caleb, baby. Don't worry, Caleb and Austin's daddy. Don't worry, because we got the powerhouse attorneys in on the case. And Karmelo Anthony is going to walk out of them prison doors very soon. But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue. Support for Karmelo Anthony's parents, Kayla, and I think his name is Andrew, I believe. Anyway, Carmelo's father, my heart goes out to them because they were railroaded through this whole case. But y'all, let's continue.
Anyone. My son was defending himself. And that's what hurt so bad.
His mother recounts the moment she addressed the jury and made her plea to them during the sentencing phase.
to have mercy on my son. That's what I told the jury.
It's sad.
I know they had their minds made up already, so really wasn't much I could say to change their mind.
Both parents fighting back emotions and tears as they described what they believe was a flawed trial.
We were delusional. We thought we was going to get a fair shake.
They claimed there were inconsistencies from the get-go, despite witnesses who took an oath vowing to tell the truth.
Everyone actually lied on the stand.
Everyone.
See, do y'all see what Karmelo's mother and father said? That all them kids lied on the stand. And from what I'm gathering and from what I heard, they said that these kids were paid off. They got scholarships to go to college. One of them was trying to hurry up and leave before the court case ended, I believe. They all been paid. What judge goes on? I've never ever seen a judge have an interview after a case. I've never seen it ever in my life. Never seen a judge have an interview. This judge had an interview. Then they were showing the cameras came in the courtroom after the court case was over. But you didn't want to put the cameras in the courtroom during the trial? Do y'all see some type of inconsistency with that? Right? Because they didn't want people to see what was going on in that courtroom. But guess what? Yesterday, they applied for a whole brand new trial. The appeal. Yes, the appeals team applied for a new trial. And Karmelo's going to get it. Yes, he's going to get it. That part.
All of the witnesses' statements were inconsistent. All of them.
His father says the court of public opinion had made up their mind about his son long before the trial began.
He was convicted when he walked out of the jail. If you looked at the news all last year, he was already convicted.
Yep.
If you look at it, it was already done.
Yep.
It was no innocent until proven guilty. He was already guilty.
He says the threats of violence against them continue.
People want us dead. That's what.
After they still got what they wanted.
After they still got what they wanted, they still want us dead. You see, I go look at my phone, people want us dead. They want our family dead.
That's
and
crazy.
Now they're preparing to appeal.
They did a number on us.
A judicial process they believe wronged them.
And that's all right, Kayla. We gonna get y'all justice. The powerhouse attorneys, the Lions, the Tigers, and the Bears is already on deck. Now, when Karmelo was arrested, they were saying that Karmelo was saying that he did it. Do y'all remember that? Oh, he did it. I'm the one, blah, blah. When they played the video cam when he was getting arrested, I never heard that being said. I did not hear that being said, period, point blank at all. All he said is he put his hands on me. That's what he said. He put his hands on me. He didn't say, I did it. No, he put his hands on me. I don't hear nothing in this video that says, oh, I did it. I'm the one. No, This is a whole setup.
Let me do one more little check on you, okay? You don't cry for reaching your pockets, anything like that. You good?
And if Karmelo stabbed him with this knife, allegedly, where's the blood at? Where is the blood at? This is not the knife that they allege that Karmelo used, because what they did is one of the boys threw the real knife in the trash can. So that goes to tell me that more than one boy, all of them probably had knives on them. And one thing is for sure, two things for certain, Anton Daniels don't know what the F he's talking about. He was saying, oh, it's illegal to have that knife to bring it into school. No, it's not. That was a policy of the school. It's not illegal, Anton Daniels, to bring a knife to the school. That is a school policy. That is not a law, and nor was it against the law. If it was against the law, don't y'all think that they would have charged him with that? Don't y'all think they would have charged him with possessing a knife, a weapon on him if it was illegal? No. Anton Daniels needs to learn how to read because y'all know he's a coon that stole Christmas too. He's one of the black racists on YouTube. And he does not realize that having this knife was only against policy at the school, at the facility that this happened at. It was not illegal according to the law. So these coons need to read and understand what it is. Y'all, let's continue.
What's your name, man? Karmelo Anthony, K-A-R-M-E. Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood, your buddy, okay? Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay? All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay? All right. I'm going to put your hand because we're not coming.
All right, let's turn it back around. Yeah, so people need to be understood of what is going on. There's a lot going on, a lot to be said, but the main big things is something that people should know is that that's not illegal. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. It is not illegal. Not illegal. And let's see Megyn Kelly. She's another coon with no walls that stole Christmas too. She crashes out on Karmelo. We're just gonna listen to her say, oh no, hold on. We're gonna listen to the baddest blogger. The baddest blogger, shout out to him. He does great content too. He was at the Diddy trial too. I didn't get to link up with him, but he gives some good information about the video. So y'all, let's turn it around.
The 6th,
Let's wait for this commercial to end. But the baddest blogger has some great information on this.
It's your boy Gerald with the NC Beat. Y'all, listen, they really playing in our faces right now. And they are really playing with this young man's freedom. They edited those videos, allegedly. Those videos are chopped and screwed and edited. And this
thanks, D-Dot.
Video analyst, like, bro, did you really AI this video? Did you really take something out of this video? Because what I'm about to show you, and I put an arrow, an animated red arrow, so you can see the exact spot that I'm talking about. This is from what I can see. You may have a different spot, but this is what I see. And I wanted to share this with the Beat Mob because, y'all, this is not right. It's really not right. That young man was defending himself, and they are trying to hide the fact that he was attacked. Well, you see with the arrow point, there's the push, and all of a sudden, that person is gone. It's like like they've been just taken out of the frame. Watch. Look very closely.
Watch, y'all. Watch. Look at there. He's there.
It's about to be the push, and then that person is gone. Now, mind you, before the push, you see the bleachers in between, right? You see the bleachers? Now push, that person gone. And then all of a sudden, Karmelo comes up at the top. Look. You see it? You see it? Watch where my arrow is pointing. Look. Watch again. You see it? Bleachers, push. That person that got pushed back.
Wow.
Like, it's just, they disappeared. And looking at this frame, I think it's a possibility that Karmelo got pushed from the front and the back.
Possibly.
I can tell you where this arrow is pointing right here, right where the arrow is pointing, someone was cut out of that specific spot. This is an edited chop video, in my opinion.
And y'all, everybody is saying that these videos are chopped and screwed. There's so many videos out there. I know, shout out to No Captivity Freezy. Freezy was showing the video where on the sides of the edge of the video where you could tell where it's edited. You could see where it was edited and it was like chopped and screwed, all jacked up. Whoever edited that video, I mean, they did a horrible job, but because everybody is breaking down all of these different videos and how bad and chopped and screwed they are. But y'all, let's continue listening to the baddest blogger.
And look. Look at that. Look how that frame is just gone. It's like it's been cut out.
Wow.
Look at that. Look. Look.
It disappears.
Push cut because all of a sudden Karmelo's just running up. Look how that. Do y'all see that? This that man that put that chopped video on trial in front of this jury, and Mike Howard sitting there looking at it, didn't even object to it being played because clearly, and I'm not going to tell you no lie, from what we saw in the courtroom, you couldn't see that cut. But because this is the magnified version and spotlighted version that was only showed to the jury on this big old 4K TV, we can now see the
Wow.
cut.
Wow.
And this is not
That's crazy. But y'all, this is what is happening. They are chopping and screwing. They put out the evidence on whatchamacallit, on the holiday on Juneteenth. They put out all this information out on Juneteenth. But y'all, let's listen to this from what the baddest blogger has to say about this. Hold on, let me bring this video. It's crazy. It is really, really crazy how all this stuff is going down. And I don't believe nothing none of these people say. All them people that was on the stand, all the witnesses, I don't believe nothing none of them say. I don't believe anything that I don't believe none of them. That's just me. But y'all, let's listen.
two reporters are, let me remind you. This right here is Cody Thomas with Court TV, and this is Queen Sheba Darling from YouTube. Remember that? If you don't remember, listen to this.
Big boys, 6'1", 6'2", linebackers over 200 pounds, and they started talking about the size comparison thing again, starting to go down that rabbit hole, and they were talking about Austin. Austin was 6'1", 213.
Yo, listen to this. This is crazy.
And his brother Hunter, the defense is like, well, Hunter was similar in size, trying to make them out to be, the big bullies and all. That's the narrative they're going down. And as the defense attorney is asking this, I can see Jeff Metcalf, the father, just shaking his head like these boys are not the same size. And
this is a court. That guy is a court reporter that was in court from Court TV, which was handpicked by the judge to sit in on the case, and this is what he's seen. Let's wrap that back just a teeny bit. Let's wrap it back. Let's wrap it back.
6'1", 213.
Yo, listen to this. This is crazy.
And his brother Hunter, the defense is like, well, Hunter was similar in size, trying to make them out to be, the big bullies and all. That's the narrative they're going down. And as the defense attorney is asking this, I can see Jeff Metcalf, the father, just shaking his head like these boys are not the same size. And the young man on the stand said, I wouldn't say that. And he actually said that Austin was substantially bigger than Hunter.
One thing that I've constantly seen in writing or I've heard is they want to ensure that he receives a fair trial. When I see someone instructing a witness, why would you do that? Because you also want Austin to receive a fair trial. Do you think the jury noticed the witness tampering? I think everybody noticed that he was looking.
Do y'all hear what Queen Sheba said? Queen Sheba said that everybody noticed the fact that Jeff